Hello and thanks for joining me for another beer review then. Something a bit different this time, so we're going all in for a big ABV stout from two breweries. One I've never had anything from before, one I've had one or two pails, like collaboration with Brewdog kind of deal. So this is from Funky Fluid, they're out of Warsaw in Poland, and this is a can of their Royal Cookie S'mores Imperial Stout. As you can see, an Imperial Stout with cacao, marshmallows and graham cracker. 11.4% ABV, coming in a 500ml can. I know. um, so this is part of their 4th anniversary collaboration series. So Funky Fluid, they're out of Warsaw in Poland, and they've done a collab with Nerd Brewing, which are quite well renowned for their stout, shall we say, even though I've not had too many from them. And they're out of Sweden, Malmo in Sweden. So yeah, 11.4% ABV. This could be quite an interesting one. So Nerd Brewing in Malmo, Sweden are specialists in the field of thick, strong, dark beers, as I was just saying. Together we brewed an Imperial Stout inspired by s'mores sandwich with marshmallows, chocolate and vanilla. Ingredients then: water, barley malt, rye malt, oat flakes, wheat malt, cacao nibs, lactose, so it's got a bit of sweetness in there. Graham cracker, which is more of a kind of American sort of kind of deal, really. Marshmallow, vanilla, hops and yeast. So not crazy bitter. It's got like a 1 mark out of 5 for bitterness, so it's not going to be a crazy ABV beer. Imported to the UK by James Clay and Sons, best before the 7th of September of 2024. So I purchased this at House of Trembling Madness up in York, of course, eventually, because I've actually got another beer in this series that I'll be showing at another point. But let's crack this beer open, then we'll be going just over 2 minutes. So yeah, 500ml can then. Last beer of the night, almost certainly. So yeah, let's go for this snifter here. 11.4. Let's go down the middle then, see what we get out of this. Not pouring out absolutely jet black, but it's looking quite dark on camera. I should always remember that. So it's starting to generate a little bit of a head with the quite aggressive pour. We'll leave it at that. I just want to get my nose in there and see what it's all about. So yeah, in the glass, it's jet black. It's got like a half a finger of light brown coloured head, khaki coloured head, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, not crazy. One of them kind of real rich, dark, chocolatey heads, but yeah, looks all right. A bit more like a latte, if you like, coloured head. Really tight, fine bubbles on that. Into the light, it's jet black. There's no light coming through at all. 11.4. I don't expect it to. So swirl and sniff then, see what I get out of this monster. Follow me. Wow, there's a lot going on in this. The head is dissipating fairly quickly, which is a bit of a shame, so I wanted to drink the beer through the head, but it is what it is. It is 11.4. So you get loads of sweetness. Vanilla stands out for sure. And then you're getting that cacao nibs, almost like a cocoa powder on the nose. Baker's chocolate. Nothing really kind of in the way of roastiness or char, really. It's more about the vanilla. It's got vanilla lactose. And then that chocolate edge. Getting hints of that marshmallow, but again, it's all coming together in that sweetness. I think it's one of them beers that need to be tasted and see if you get anything else, but it's definitely getting there. Graham cracker, I mean, there's too much sweetness for me. as I say, too much sweet. It's not crazy sweet, but there's a lot of other sweet things going on to pick out any kind of savoury cracker edge or anything like that. Maybe that'll be in the taste. I say this beer is at room temperature. It's probably round about, I don't know, 15, 16 degrees in here. Maybe a little bit more. I've got the fire on next to me. But generally it's a cold room, so it may have, I think the can and the beer is still a bit warmer than what room temperature is. Because it's generally a cold room. It's only because I'm in here, I put it on the fire on. But stop waffling. We're at 5 minutes. Really sorry. Cheers. Oh, wow. That is so smooth. That is amazingly smooth. Oh, it's almost so smooth. There's a sweetness there, but it's coming across like a liqueur. Chocolate liqueur. Definitely like an after dinner. You could have this as a dessert. I wouldn't want this with a dessert, personally. I think it'd be too much with a sweet chocolate dessert. I mean, you could do, depending on where you're, you know, where you're sweet, kind of, you got a mega sweet tooth, then yeah, but I think for me, this on its own, at the end of the night after a really good meal, and maybe after a coffee or something, and then have to crack onto this as a little nightcap. It'd be one of those kind of beers. I mean, 500 ml is quite. I mean, you could share this quite happily, two of you, 11.4. Let's get into the beer a bit more. So you're definitely getting the cacao nibs, cocoa. It's not drying though. There's not that. I was wondering about cacao. Would it be drying the beer out a little bit? It's not. Marshmallow, yeah. There's more on the flake, on the actual taste than on the nose. You're getting that sweetness from the vanilla, the lactose, really kind of holding that sweetness up. Be interesting to see how it would have been without lactose, with vanilla and cacao, and then the marshmallow. Whether it would have fermented out or not, I don't know. Graham cracker. Maybe slightly. I get more of the rye malt in this. There's a slight kind of spicy edge to it, underlying all of that obvious sweetness. That kind of rye spiciness is kind of lingering on the palate a little bit more. Not burning, but you know what I mean. It's just kind of there. Reminds me of more of a kind of a Christmassy type aftertaste on the palate. But yeah, graham cracker, maybe that's part of that kind of spiciness. I'm not too sure. There's no kind of hint of dryness either. I can feel a bit of booze on it, a bit of booze, you know, a little bit of booze on it. On my breath, it's, you know, I can just feel it without being boozy. There wasn't really any alcohol legs, which is absolutely crazy. I'm sure if I'd done that, you can. Yeah, there's a little bit of alcohol legs there, as you would expect. But overall, yeah, there is a bit of booze coming through. The more I'm drinking it, the more I'm sipping it. It's like there's booze there, almost leaving me with some kind of like that sherry kind of thing, even though there's no cherry or anything like that in it. It's leaving me a bit of that. Not really much of a liqueur thing. That was more on the nose. I say body wise, our friend of a medium, still fairly soft for it's not one of them big bold ABV stouts. It's kind of a smooth mouthfeel, big ABV, quite mellow, if you like, you know, compared to others, which is crazy really for the ABV, etc. But yeah, quite a sweet stout, almost like we're saying a double pastry stout on Untapped. So it's in that ballpark. I mean, 11.4. You know, I think you could. You know, you're drinking a big beer. It's not hiding it at all. It's difficult to hide it when it gets to that sort of level. But a beer like this in a 500ml can is plenty to share. You know, you could share this with 3 people, just get a taste of it. If you're doing a little can or bottle share, perfect for 3 or 4 people. Just share it out, see what you think of that. But on your own, 500ml. Anyway, let me know what you think of this. If you've had it before, this is part of their 4th anniversary collaboration series from Funky Fluid out of Warsaw in Poland. This is a collab with Nerd Brewing out of Malmo, Sweden. This is the Royal Cookie S'mores Imperial Stout with marshmallow, cacao, and graham cracker and vanilla. I would definitely buy it again though, and share it. Anyway, let me know if you've had this one before, any more from the series down below, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.